Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, let's see, like, you know.
Know that I'm taking
Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Thank you.
President Trump, how do you feel? President Biden?
Well,
Cutting edge security. You're in. Tip of the spear. Yeah, tip of the spear, Tim. Tip of the spear. No. Where are you going? Like a shadow box or something. Spread out more. Come on. Right here.
Yeah, we need to bring it.
Sergeant Sherman!
Sherman. Go like this, Sherman. There's not enough.
bunch of stuff down there.
Part of the problem was, couldn't tell what was coming. Well, I was like, hey, listen, you ought to go away because it looks like you're good. Alright. Better. So there's 2 people on that block.
Gotta go to the next block. We gotta cover another block, and we only got one person over there. Yeah, and there's a bunch of them down there, so I'm just gonna shuffle them down. So just go over to the next block, past where the sergeant's at. She's the only one over there.
He's the only guy in the whole block.
Alright, I'm setting up a couple of free there now. Hi, this is Chris from MES in Washington. I have a wife who shot and needs to go to 119 and I'm trying to connect and it says she can't. is that one expired, you know? So I only have 5 minutes to test my signal. I'm a little worried about that. Is there a different channel I could use? There's a lot of security here. It's a parade route. 17, all right, I'll switch. I just set the switch and my hands are frozen. Freezing. press? Yes. You still have to be on the outside, sir.
I had the credentials. I had the Secret Service credentials. I can move back to where I was.
Gordon,
If you would like.
can you check with him to see if he's good?
The tall gentleman there with the he said I'm good. If I should be here, I can move back to the sidewalk. That's okay. Should I get close?
You're just, you're good there.
Okay, thank you.
He would come.
Oh, I remember you from last night.
Tron. I should have came to you this morning. That's what I should have done. I didn't think.
Donald Trump, buddy! Trump!
Good day.
love you.
Oh, okay. It's not because it cut you off.
All the way from Arizona, Trump.
We love him.
California.
Tennessee. Woohoo! Alabama.
The last block.
Trick.
USA.
National credit. It's not. I have an argument with yourself. Yeah. They didn't even finish. Everybody's pushing me. Everybody's pushing me.
Is that what she was saying? It's the same. Everybody's just shoving
I got $10. Give me a scarf and a hat, a beanie. Scarf and a beanie. How much for the scarf?
I'm pretty sure I know she's a little
I'm right here.
We'll vouch for her. I thought it was right there. It's always back there. Everyone's in line. Sorry. I have to wait. Well, maybe your partner was a little faster than you should have been. Where's she going? I just hope if the event does fill up and they stop, they tell us they're not waiting here, standing doing nothing.
I don't think they have that. I don't think they're going to do that.
Say like if you're to find out that there's more people out and just like you got to go on.
Yeah, I mean, they should. They should have like a cutoff. Like, you just count people.
At the rally, it's like a huge gumbo crowd.
It's your fault. I love your fault.
She's like, she can see it. Okay.
That's now my favorite.
You know, they even canceled our flight and had to rebook the whole damn thing.
Good luck getting it.
Trump!
Good luck getting it.
I want to see this finally with the band. No, I am surprised by how much I like that.
Sí, porque aquí lo único que va a pasar es que Trump va a venir a la
Papa.
Meet back up with us.
Trump!
Ladies and gentlemen, escorting the president to the
Good news is I'm not that cold anymore.
No, right here. Just
one.
Dale scored at 59. So he's 10 years old.
Back here.
Charlie.
Look, we got enough room for me to sit.
That's your credit. That's your credit, guys.
I feel like we're getting it.
We got Todd. That's your credit.
All right.
There's food. Huh? Food.
Fight! Fight!
Latino strong, Latino strong.
Inauguration hat, 20 guys. We're making America great again. How we doing? What is it?
I know, these vultures out here, man.
That generation is still.
Yeah, that generation is still there.
You been to Israel?
Yeah.
Black one.
I was going to bring 2 10-packs.
Next closest for me was the Aurora Rally.
Mega!
Trump!
You know, what do you think?
Woo!
Yeah!
Yeah, Trump! Woo! Come on. Still vote for him, but it counts.
I was going to tell him about what
You want her to come back. I did, but I can't get a hold of them. So. I'll find them. I'll find them. It's no big deal.
Golf's over here.
렌즈는 안 보이고 저거 보인다고 그러죠. 아니 화장실.
On the big screen right there.
Angela. Angela. Stop your dad.
Oh, probably because of the. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Where'd they go?
They're over there.
They're over there by the porta potties, they said.
Oh, all right.
Where's Haley?
Is Haley over there?
Yeah, I see Corey. DoorDash is fun. I don't like a DoorDash.
You get over here, you think?
I can't.
Like a number like 25,648.
Hold on. We got that one. There, go,
I
Debbie.
can make double.
They said over there.
Go ahead, Debbie. Coming? Good try, good try. Oh. I use the bathroom. Everything.
Out of everything.
Yo, I don't even blame him. Dude, I'll blame him.
Open
Yeah, they should be something.
Oh, it's right there. Capital Arena, straight ahead.
Got scarves over here, gloves.
Oh, yeah. Luxury.
Did you hear that?
Looks good. I love it. I love it.
Very American. Might as well get into the scene, honey.
favorite things out of the Yep. Having hope, here we go. But he didn't know which school.
Oh my God.
Belong! You got this, bro. One more block.
Sweet Caroline.
Hey. Go Bills. Drop!
Mega.
What's your favorite?
Don't get sick. $20.
Can I ask you something?
Cup t-shirt, $20, yeah.
This guy's traveling to outside, the hospital. Oh, I see.
Keep your head forward.
JD.
Look, that's perfect.
a country! We got a country back!
Hats over here, gloves, gloves.
I know.
USA! USA! Way up here.
No, Henry's on the floor in the
When did you get in?
Oh, where?
On the screen, the big one on the building. Over there.
Can't take the steps I want to take.
Then get out of line here and then I'll meet you over there.
Oh, there he is. Voglio lasciare.
Lots of guest cards? How much? 30.
Maybe $10 I would have got one for there.
Sorry, excuse me, sorry.
Got it?
Es su women
De ahí adelante se convirtieron en un buitre. No, 20, 40, 20.
왜? 소위 하는 나와야
They don't take credit cards. They only take credit cards.
I lost you. I was looking at the one, and he's like,
Girlfriend, that's not him. No way that's him.
wait, is that the one that Brian got mad at? Which one?
What you doing, bud? You getting out of here? Nice knowing you. People were sneaking in from the side somehow.
For every 10 that we pass, like 100 pass.
I'm gonna call you 2 minutes. gate?
Yes. We were already there. If you want to jump
Oh, here,
Oh, there's the jumbo truck.
All right, this is it, guys. We're stuck together.
We're just trying to make sure nobody else cuts in front of us.
Okay, nobody's getting in anyway, so you guys might as well start going out that way.
Oh well. So no one's getting in anyway. Something.
We're here.
Oh, maybe.
Where are you going to go? Where are they going to go?
Photos, then go get something to eat, get my time. Try to control it.
Put a bungee cord around it.
Capital One Arena is at capacity. Please turn around and exit that way. Oh, you cannot enter the line here. Enter out. Go that way.
A little, I like that one.
All right, easy. Can I slide with you? All right.
Excuse me, where's the place to be?
That was the ride.
Yeah, I see it too. Wow, do we make her at this
That's funny, dude.
Yung baka niya. Sabi ko.
Where you at?
go that way, they're going to get back out. Yeah. So go that way, it's just the way down. Yeah.
Have a great day.
Oh boy. Yeah, that can happen.
Might open it back up, but what time is it? Open it back up.
Probably about 12:30.
What is the 16?
Maybe. So I need to go back, but if you want to go back in, it won't come back out. You could go try to get up front when you switch and stuff. You can do whatever you think, you know.
For now, I want to ask somebody if they reckon the line will be open. Yeah. Because if it will, then I'm gonna stick around.
Let's move up here and switch.
I'm somehow not as cold as I expected to be.
That's good.
A lot of them still have masks.
They're saying that.
They're saying that.
Completely closed.
They're saying completely closed. After Trump's Yeah. Is the line completely closed that way?
Yeah.
It's not gonna reopen. It's totally full. Totally full. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Maybe they Trump
Let's go. So yeah, or we could go if you want, and we could try to get you can even turn it around now.
Don't leave without nothing. I got hoodies.
The food is half price.
Yeah, exactly.
The hot dog.
Hoodies and t-shirts, guys.
Last truck's off there. Last one left. Last one
Hoodies and t-shirts.
Take mine.
So I'll do my best, but like.
Where is this freebie?
can't use that cookie. 분위기가 엄청 Ooh, it's a lot of people out here. Hi there, how are you today? I wish it was outside. Yeah. I gotta give you another one. Yeah, it is.
2028. Yeah. Somebody, I think it's to the next level. Yeah. Because there's so much, there's so many people gonna be really making
Are you online?
Yes, I am. Yeah. Let me go through. Yep. In recent years, has suffered greatly.
T-shirts yesterday. They were trying to sell them.
Ja, men alltså, vi kan ju inte stå här i flera timmar till.
Nej, men alltså jag vill ha min förbindelse.
Ja, just det.
About different religions.
So, if they get in, they're going to send me pictures.
Baptist, Methodist, Lutheran, Presbyterian. Do you know that Mary was Jewish? She was not Catholic. She never read her rosary bead. She didn't believe in purgatory or Ash Wednesday. She never took a first communion. She never was in any Catholic system. You know, people believe that Catholicism
What's this in here?
There's a way that seems right unto men, but its end is destruction.
That's not snow. I don't know how much the snow is really. But they can make the snow every 10 seconds. You know.
Daddy!
We're getting fired up now.
Over here!
Oh, yeah.
I think I used to friend and met a
$10 shirts, guys. $10. Only two-sided shirt, guys. $10. $10 on the shirts, guys. $10. $10 on the shirts, guys. $10. Wow. $10 shirts, guys. $10. $10 shirts, guys. $10. $10 on the shirts, guys. $10. $10 shirts, guys. $10. $10 on the shirts, guys. $10.
And Reverend Frank Munn to provide prayers and benediction.
Almighty God, your prophet Jeremiah walked the streets of Jerusalem and blessed its inhabitants with the Hebrew words, Baruch HaGever Asher Yiftach B'Hashem. Blessed is the one who trusts in God. Thousands of years later, this great nation, which adopted these words as its motto, in God we trust, stands at a moment of historic opportunity. Americans are searching for meaning. Our merciful Father, help us rise to meet this moment. Bless President Donald J. Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance with the strength and courage to choose the right and the good. Unite us around our foundational biblical values of life and liberty, of service and sacrifice, and especially of faith and morality, which George Washington called the indispensable supports of American prosperity. Guide our schools and college campuses, which have been experiencing such unrest, to inspire the next generation, to pair progress with purpose, knowledge with wisdom, and truth with virtue. Hear the cry of the hostages, both American and Israeli, whose pain our president so acutely feels. We are so thankful for the 3 young women who yesterday returned home, and pray that the next 4 years will be peaceful and throughout the Middle East. Almighty God, grant all Americans the opportunity to realize our shared dream of a life filled with peace and plenty, health and happiness, compassion and contribution. Stir within us the confidence to rise to this moment. For while we trust in God, God's trust is in us, the American people. America is called to greatness, to be a beacon of light and a mover of history. May our nation merit the fulfillment of Jeremiah's blessing, that like a tree planted by water, we shall not cease to bear fruit. May all of humanity experience your love and your blessing. May it be thy will, and let us say, Amen. Let us pray for our 47th President. Heavenly Father, we're so grateful that you gave our 45th and now our 47th President a millimeter miracle. We are grateful that you are the one that have called him for such a time as this, that America would begin to dream again. We pray that we would fulfill the true meaning of our creed, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. We pray that you use our president, that we will live in a nation where we will not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, we are so grateful today that you will use our 47th president so we would sing with new meaning, my country 'tis of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring, and because America is called to be a great nation, we believe that you will make this come true. So let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous hilltops of California, but God, we're asking you not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and every molehill in Mississippi, from every state, every city, every village, and every hamlet. And when we let freedom ring, we will be able to speed up that day where all of your children, black men and white men, Protestant and Catholic, Jew and Gentile, will be able to sing in the meaning of that old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank you, God Almighty. We are free at last. If you believe this freedom, Lord, is there is liberty. Come on, put your hands together.
Almighty and eternal God, we gather here today in reverence, joined in our shared hopes and dreams for our beloved nation. In this sacred moment of the inauguration of President Donald J. Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, we turn our hearts to you, seeking your divine assistance and abundant blessings upon this pivotal moment in history. We come before you with profound gratitude for the many gifts you have bestowed upon our land. Thank you for the freedoms we cherish, for the strength of our communities, and for the resilience of our spirit. As our President and Vice President embrace their newly appointed roles, we humbly implore that your everlasting love and wisdom will envelop them. Grant them the clarity of mind to navigate the challenges that lie ahead, and the compassion to serve all citizens with fairness and integrity. May their hearts be filled with a giving spirit and sincere understanding for those whom they represent. May they be beacons of hope in times of uncertainty and prophetic voices in defending the dignity of all created life. We pray for a spirit of collaboration to flourish in our government and across our nation, fostering an environment where dialogue and heartfelt listening will prevail over division or discord. May each decision made by our President and Vice President reflect the values of justice and peace. As we embark on this new chapter, we also seek your comfort, O God, for those who feel lost or disheartened. In this time of transition, may your light shine upon them, reaffirming their belief in a brighter tomorrow. May we all strive to lift one another, supporting our fellow citizens with kindness and empathy, recognizing that together we can overcome any adversity. Grant us the strength to endure, the courage to face our fears, and the clarity to see the light that remains, even when clouds of uncertainty may gather. Inspire our new leaders to be champions for the vulnerable and advocates for those whose voices are often silenced. May they pursue policies that promote the well-being of all, seeking to build bridges that will foster unity and belonging. As we stand witness to this inauguration, we hold fast to the faith, to our faith in the goodness of each of us and the possibility of change. We trust that with your guidance, O God, our nation can move forward to a future filled with promise, prosperity, and understanding. And finally, we lift our hearts in gratitude for the beloved parents of President Trump. Without Mary and Fred Trump, this day would never be the miracle that has just begun. From their place in heaven, may they shield their son from all harm by their loving protection, and give him the strength to guide our nation along the path that will make America great again. Let us go forth now with these words of President Trump's emblazoned on our hearts. As long as we have pride in our beliefs, courage in our convictions, and faith in our God, then we will not fail. We stand tall, we stand proud, because we are Americans, and Americans kneel to God, and to God alone. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain at your seats while the President and official party depart the platform.
A little lower.
just so you guys know. That was a good way to start it off. You know, I didn't know exactly what the president would put in that speech, and I hoped to myself that he wasn't going to hold back, and sir, you didn't hold back. That was a hell of a way to start the next 4 years, but I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, and I know I speak for the president and for all of us, thank you, thank you, thank you for making this possible. We love you. We wouldn't be here without you, and we're going to make America great again together for the next 4 years. And the last thing I'll say is, you know, having stood outside for about 5 minutes to wave goodbye to the Bidens, thank God we moved that thing indoors because it was a beautiful ceremony and it was cold as hell outside. So, sir, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
No, he's right. I looked, I said, oh, look at this beautiful sunny day. We blew it, and then I went outside and we were freezing. You would have been very unhappy. The sun was very deceptive, I will tell you. It is cold out. And I'm sort of saying, you know, that was so beautiful today. Maybe they should do it there every 4 years. Does that make sense? I don't know. Because, you know, the outdoor thing is really good, but it gets a little cold around this time of the year, as some people have noticed. And a lot of times they suffer through it. There was no suffering in that room. It was 72 degrees. It was perfect with the best acoustics I think I've ever heard in a room. This is not so bad either. But I just want to say, you're a younger, far more beautiful audience that I just spoke to. And I want to keep it off the record. I want to keep that off the record. Because I don't want to have all those big shots up there. I don't want to think you're more powerful than them, you look better than them, and I love you. Now, we just had a great time. We just had a great day. This was amazing. You know, when you think we took a journey, I mentioned in the speech, a lot of people said that was not a journey that was possible, and it was indeed possible. I didn't really know too much about what they were saying when they said that, but a lot of people felt it, and we hooked up with J.D. very early. I watched J.D. over a period of time. I endorsed him in Ohio. He was a great senator and very, very smart. The only one smarter than him was his wife. That was I would have chosen her, but somehow the line of succession didn't work that way, right? But now she's great and he's great. This is a great, beautiful couple and unbelievable career. I just said to him, you are very upwardly mobile, because he hasn't been doing it that long, but he picked it up so quickly. Remember, the first week was a little bit like the fake news was hitting him really hard. And I said, ooh, this may be tough, but after that, it was smooth sailing for him. He took on everybody. He took on the meanest. I don't want to use the word corrupt because we're into a new system, so let's wait till the corruption begins, because it will. But he took on some pretty mean people, and he handled it well. I want to also congratulate Mike Johnson for the job that he's doing. See, we gave him a majority of almost nothing, and then I said to make it tougher on him, let me take 2 or 3 of the people, right? I said he'll only have to suffer with that for about 3 months. How are they doing, by the way? Are they? Is that moving along?
Totally unified.
I said, do you mind if I take this one, that one, and a couple of others? He didn't mind. He can handle it. No, he's a man that's liked by everybody. I've never met a man like this. You've got how many is it, 219 or 220 or something? 220. And of the 220, 219 really like him. I noticed he got 1 negative vote once about 2 weeks ago. But I think even 220 like him, if you want to know the truth. And that's very unusual. I know a lot of nice guys in Congress, and they have 35 people that hate him. So if you have 35 people that hate you and you only have 1 or 2 or 3 votes, you'll have 5, I think. But that's going to be like, you know, the good news is when we get to that 5 number, it's going to feel like a massive majority. You could be really nasty to a couple of them at least, yeah? So it's going to feel like hitting your head on the wall and stopping. It feels so good to stop. But he's done a fantastic job. And Steve Scalise he's our hero because, you know, I was with him. You talk about being shot. I was with him. He got some bad ones, and his incredible wife, and she really loves him. You know, you never know about that. I've been with other people. They were doing poorly, and the wife is like looking at her watch. She can't get out of the hospital fast enough. How's he doing? Oh, I don't know. He's all right. That woman was a mess. She was crying and crying. No, they're going to take him. They're going to take him. I told Steve when he finally woke up, it was a while too. The doctor told me it was the most blood they've ever transfused in any patient. They've never done anything like it. And here he is, the picture of strength, right? And he's been a great friend of mine, right? With a family, because of a family. And what a job you did. It worked out pretty much better than we even thought, right? And I did have a couple of things, you know, to say that were extremely controversial. And between J.D. and Melania and anybody else that heard, please, sir, it's such a beautiful, unifying speech. Please, sir, don't say these things. I said, I'm telling you, it's going to play great. They say, you're right. For this group of people, it's going to play great. You're the only ones I hurt by not, but we had some beauties, didn't we, Melania? She said, sir, calls me sir when she's angry. No, I'm only kidding. I better say I'm only kidding, or the press is going to pick that one up loud and clear. No, but she said, no, I think it would be terrible. It's such a nice speech. I think it's, you know, it all depends on your delivery. How was the delivery? Was it good? But she said it's such a beautiful speech. You can't put things in there that you were going to put in. And I was going to talk about the J6 hostages, but you'll be happy because, you know, it's action, not words that count. And you're going to see a lot of action on the J6 hostages. See a lot of action. And I was going to talk about the things that Joe did today with the pardons of people that were very, very guilty of very bad crimes, like the Unselect Committee of Political Thugs, where they literally, I mean, what they did is they destroyed and deleted all of the information, all of the hearings, practically not a thing left. They deleted all the information on Nancy Pelosi having turned down the offer of 10,000 soldiers. You wouldn't have needed 10,000. You could have had 500, and it would have stopped. Because we may have had 1 million people that day, the people that were there. You don't see any photographs, but we have a lot of great photos. But you don't see those photographs. They don't put them in. They show the people at the Capitol. But I was talking about that. I was going to talk about that. They said, please don't bring that up right now. You can bring it up tomorrow. I said, how about now in front of the I'll bring it up right now. You know, this little time delay is good because we're getting great reviews on the speech. Now watch. They'll take the speech and say, I didn't like it because he left there and he talked to people. But we're giving you a little more information than we gave upstairs. But no, they pardoned a lot of people. They pardoned, before we even get to today, they pardoned, 33 murderers, absolute murderers, the worst murderers. You know, when you get the death sentence in the United States, you have to be bad because they don't give it much. And he pardoned almost everybody having a death sentence. And if you went through the crimes that were committed, you wouldn't even believe them. The level of violence, the people that were killed, the innocence of people that were killed and children killed by these people. And he pardoned them for whatever reason. He spared them, but they didn't spare the people that they killed. And, you know, who knows what happens in the future. It's one of the worst because a lot of times they let them out early after that. You know, they say you're going to be in for life, but then all of a sudden they get let out for good behavior, and then they go on a rampage. You know, it's one of those little things, right? But I was going to talk about that. But I was really going to talk about the level of, you know, what's going on. Why are we doing this? Why are we trying to help a guy like Milley? Why are we doing Milley? He was pardoned. What he said, terrible what he said. Why are we helping some of the people? Why are we helping Liz Cheney? I mean, Liz Cheney is a disaster. She's a crying lunatic and crying Adam Kinzinger. He's a super crying. I never saw the guy not crying. He's always crying. I looked at him. I remember years ago he was actually on my side. And then one day, you know, when you don't want to kill people in wars, they turn against you. Liz Cheney hated the concept of not going to war with everybody. Let's kill everybody. Let's spend a lot of money on military equipment, you know, where her father works, right? And but what she did was incredible. Think of it. They destroyed and deleted all of that information that went on for almost 2 years against Trump. And the reason they did, because it was all false. Like the person that said, I tried to strangle a Secret Service agent. That's one of the toughest human beings I think I've ever seen. I actually had a friend saying, please don't change that, sir. You are the coolest sucker in history. Remember, she said, I put my hands around his neck because he wouldn't go to the Capitol. Made up fiction. And I was rebuffed. And the guy on the right is a massive weightlifter, probably stronger than me. Do you think he's stronger than me, honey? You know who I'm talking about. Possibly stronger than me. Slightly younger than me, like, I won't say how many years because I don't want to talk about that, but a lot of years. But I had a friend that said, why are you disputing that story? That's the coolest story I've ever heard. That I would attack a karate champion, get slightly rebuffed, and then throw my arms around a guy with a neck about this big. Even though there are bars, you know, there are bars, you can't really do that anyway. So I wanted to talk about that. But all of that stuff got deleted. And the reason it got deleted is they were all caught in lies. You know, Secret Service testified, and they said it didn't happen. Actually, the two guys were very embarrassed. They're suffering because their friends are saying, did Trump really do that to you? But they gained a whole new respect for me. But it was just make-believe stuff, and there were a lot of make-believe stories made up. So rather than suffer the wrath, like the story with Nancy Pelosi, I offered her 10,000 soldiers. She knows it. She admitted it on tape that her daughter made. She's a videographer or whatever you call her, which I'm glad she is. Oh, she can't be in good stead with Nancy. But Nancy said it was my responsibility as she's leaving the Capitol. She said it was, and it was. She's in charge of security at the Capitol. But I offered them up to 10,000 soldiers, even more. One time I said more, as many as you need. But you needed 400 or 500. If 4 or 5, you 10,000, that would be more than the number of people there by lot. But we offered her 10,000. Think of it, 10,000 soldiers. In other words, J6 wouldn't be J6. There would have been no J6. But she rebuffed them. She didn't like it. No, she didn't like it. Maybe she wanted that to happen. But she's guilty as hell. And now we would have to go through the process because they destroyed all evidence. They deleted everything. There's virtually nothing left. The other fake story and so many other fake stories. And many people came out on our side. And those people now, we've got to find them. There's nothing left. So that's a criminal offense. If that were a civil case, it would be a criminal offense. If that happened civilly where you did that, it would be a criminal offense. So I decided I'm not going to make this speech complicated. I'm going to make it beautiful. I'm going to make it a unifying speech. And then when they said we have a group of people that are serious Trump fans, I said, this is the time to tell those stories. He knows. So anyway, but seriously, I'd like to, I think it was a tremendous success. I think we're very lucky we put it inside because it is really cold. We just went to the helicopter out of respect, something that's taken place for a long time. I guess it's as old as helicopters. You used to get into a stagecoach, now you get into a helicopter. Times change. But it's pretty old custom. And it's a beautiful custom, actually. It's a beautiful custom. I wish we could have had a better relationship. I wish we could have had a better relationship between Republicans and Democrats. I was with Senator Schumer. I said, Chuck, I think it's time we all start getting along a little bit because it doesn't make sense. I mean, we literally never get a Democrat vote. They never get a Republican vote, almost. And although there is a bill coming up very shortly that we have a lot of Democrat votes, right? It's going to be a very beautiful bill. We're going to have a deciding, I would say, within a week or so, I think. And it's going to be a very good bill. You all know what I'm talking about. So I just want to thank you all for being here. You have been our fans from day one. Look at all these people all over. You've been our fans. This has been there's never been anything like it. There's never been anything like it. This has been a movement like no movement ever in history for probably any country, let alone this country. You know, if somebody's running for president, and if they go out and they announce they're going to Arizona, they're going to Nevada, they're going to someplace, if you have 200 or 300 people, that would be standard. Ronald Reagan would go out. I mean, outside of the last couple of days where people get a little excited, but even then you have a couple of thousand people. But if you're going to go someplace, any place, any one of the swing states, any one of the other states, I mean, how about the non-swing states? We won Alabama by 48 points. We won Tennessee by massive numbers. Wyoming, we won by numbers that are, nobody's ever seen numbers like that. And, you know, places like California, we did great, but when they send out like 38 million ballots, nobody knows where the hell they're sending them, and then they come pouring back, the whole thing. You know, they passed a law in California that if you work in an election bureau and if you so much as ask for a voter ID, if you say, sir, ma'am, could I please look at your voter ID? They have the right to put you in jail. You're a criminal. Can you believe that? There's only one reason that happens. They want to cheat. So they had it where voter ID wasn't accepted. But now if you even ask for it, this is seriously a bill that was just signed, passed in their legislature, and it was signed. And I think when we get things cleaned up and we get back to a little bit of normalcy, I'm going to ask the Speaker to really get involved, because I think we would have won the state of California, because, you know, if you look at my numbers with Hispanic, we're at 56%. And we won the Texas border that had never been won, as the governor said. He's doing a good job, the governor, by the way, of Texas. But as the governor said, it hasn't, oh, did I get lucky? Did I get lucky? Supposing I said, you know, he's not here, but the governor of Texas has done a terrible job. Wow, look at you. You mean we couldn't get you up in the front row? I'll tell you. Supposing I said, JD, the governor of Texas, is not doing his job. You heard what I said. See, I didn't know you were there. I said he's doing a great job. He's doing a phenomenal job. But now you're going to have a partner that's going to work with you, because you didn't have, not only didn't he have a partner, he had people selling the wall, right? We have a fence structure that we worked on, the governor worked on with me. And I didn't love it, to be honest with you. I wanted a nice precast concrete, you know, 40, 50 feet high, like a beautiful, could have been a T-shape, Y-shape. I love construction. I wanted that sucker to go up maybe 50, 60 feet. It would have looked beautiful, a nice Y shape. And they said, the problem is, sir, they climbed that like a rabbit. I said, what do you mean? No way. And they brought some of these guys out. They climbed it like... And the other thing is you hit it with acid and the thing will disintegrate. You know, they have things for concrete. So they needed very hardened steel, very special steel. And then they needed 7,000-pound concrete inside that steel, inside that steel. And then they have a rebar that's the toughest steel made. Very hard to cut. So this is why very little is cut. I mean, it's right. And then they put a anti-climb panel on top. I hated it. I said, it's so unattractive. And I said, why would that work? I don't believe it works. And I went to watch. The Border Patrol gave a display. We had actually two sets of climbers. The guys that climb up walls with drugs on their back, I mean, they got like 60, 70 pounds of drug, and they go as fast as you can walk. They go bip, bip, bip. Or we have Mount Everest-type climbers. And honestly, the drug guys were much better. I couldn't believe it. The drug guys blew them away, right? But it's true. The anti-climb panel, they couldn't get around it. They just couldn't. You didn't have it. So sometimes you sacrifice beauty for efficiency. And we did. So we built this wall, and we built over 500 miles of wall. That's why we had such good numbers. The famous chart that came down, very thankfully, the chart that came down on my right, Governor, had I not looked over there, I'm not speaking right now. You might be speaking here. You want to know the truth? you, JD, have got a lot of great people in this party, but I got very lucky, but we had the best numbers we've ever had. But I bought, you know what happens is when you fill it up, it's like water. You fill it up. Now we have 571 miles of wall. And they would always say, you know, when we renovated a wall, so there'd be like a piece of plywood sitting there for 60 years, or a 2x4 sitting for 60 years on the ground and rotting. Because, you know, and they'll say, you didn't build a new wall. Here we're building 50 feet up in the air, 30 feet sections, 50-foot sections, all steel, all concrete, all everything. And all, by the way, they don't even want me to say this, but what the hell, doesn't take that long time. They were all wired for all of the equipment. We put wires in everything so they can easily wire for all the different types of equipment. And if there's a doubt, we have to wire. Whenever we just look, you just find the wires all over the place up top, so we could just hook it up. We don't have to have wires on the outside, which wouldn't do too well, right? So anyway, so we built an extra 200 miles of wall, and the governor wanted to buy it. He tried to buy it, and they wouldn't sell it to him. He wanted to put it up himself. Could have been done in 3 to 4 weeks, 200 more miles, because when you do it now, they just keep going further out, further out, further out, getting around. So we did an extra 200 miles, and it was all bought, and they announced that they're not going to put it up. And that's when I realized they wanted open borders, and that's when I realized that people are going to come pouring through the wall like nobody's ever seen before, but you've seen it. A lot of you are here because of that. I made it my #1 issue. They all said inflation was the #1 issue. I said I disagree. I think people coming into our country from prisons and from mental institutions is a bigger issue for the people that I know. And I made it my #1. I talked about inflation too, but you know, how many times can you say that an apple has doubled in cost? I'd say it, and I'd hit it hard, but then I go back to the fact that we don't want criminals coming into our country. We don't want the jails of every country in the world virtually being deposited into the United States, and that man had to suffer with it. And he did an unbelievable job. I'll tell you, he was a very popular governor, but now he's like an unbeatable governor because of your border policies. He was fantastic. And he really was. So. Governor Abbott is he's a great man, a great leader. And, but it did make him did you do it? You didn't do that for politics. You did it because you wanted to do the right thing. But I'll tell you, it sure as hell worked for politics, too. It's self-preservation, that's right. But no, because the people are demanding it. The people of Texas are demanding it. The people are demanding it all over. So anyway, so we built it, and they wouldn't let us use it. They wouldn't let the governor use it. And other governors, they wouldn't let him use it. But he was the leader of the pack and did a great job. And then we heard about a month ago that not only wouldn't they let us use it, they were selling it. They were going to sell it for 5 cents on the dollar. Now, 5 cents on the dollar then, but today it would cost more than twice as much to build because we bought it like 6 years ago. And it was just sitting on the ground, and that does not do well for the whole thing. But it was just sitting on the ground, and I heard about it, and I called the governor, and I called a lot of people, your attorney general. And here's the story. They were going to buy it, and these are great business people. They were going to buy it for 5 cents on the dollar or less. And they were calling us up, we'll sell it to you for 200 cents on the dollar. In other words, it will cost you twice as much, so it's 200 cents on the dollar. I said, can somebody explain that to a judge? I mean, how corrupt is that? You'd think they'd say, maybe we'll sell it to you for 20 cents, 30 cents, but not 200 cents. So they were going to buy something for 5 cents, and they were going to sell it to us for a fortune. They were going to make they'd have it down in Fortune magazine, they'd put it of the deal of the year, okay? You buy something like that. But it was so corrupt and so horrible. And when we told that to the administration, they didn't care. They just kept going forward. They couldn't care less. And they kept going forward. They knew that they were trying to sell it back to us. They would have sold it back to us. You would have ended up buying it. You would have paid probably 50, 60 cents, who knows. But they were going to use it for scrap metal, but then they made a much better deal. They could just buy it and sell it to us for 15, 20 times what they paid. 20 times, think of it, like 20 times what they paid. And we wouldn't let it happen. And the governor with his attorney general, Ken Paxton. They made a fantastic, they're a good lawyer. He's pushed around pretty good by people, right? I said, you got a great attorney general. They should leave him alone. He was with me. But Ken and the governor went to court, and a judge actually became incensed and actually called for an investigation. How could a thing like this happen? So he stopped it. So we're waiting to put that wall up. And now that you have a new president, that wall will go up so fast. The governor will complain, sir. This is Greg Abbott, sir. Please, the wall is going up too fast. Please don't do that. You know the story about winning. No, we're going to win too much. We're winning too much. Please, let's stop. People always love that one. We'll do this with the wall. Governor Abbott calls, sir, the wall is going up too fast. We can't take it. We just can't take it. No, I think you'll be very happy if the wall goes up too fast, right? But we'll get that done. We'll work with you on that. But it was a great decision by a great Texas judge, right? And it was beautiful, beautiful to watch. He stopped them right in their track. I mean, they were literally loading this stuff onto trucks. It was terrible. Honestly, it was terrible. And he wouldn't take it. So I'm so glad I mentioned that they have a really good governor in Texas. And I swear, I didn't know he was here. I swear to you, it sounds like a setup. I didn't know you would end. Did I get lucky? I said the right thing. Because there have been moments when I wasn't so happy with him, you know? But not too many, I can tell you that. So anyway, it's good to see you too, Governor. Great. But I just want to thank everybody. You've been incredible. I recognize so many of you. It's so crazy. But this has been a long journey. This was a journey that started in 2015, probably started 20 years before that. People used to say, you're going to run for president? You're going to run? And I always said, no, I don't want. And then one day I said, let's give it a shot. And what I talked about then was the border, too. I think it probably was the #1 issue for me. Back in 2015, 2016, I talked about the border. And now I talked about the border, but this border is much worse. We fixed the border. It was totally fixed. There was nothing to talk about. 2020, by the way, that election was totally rigged, but that's okay. It was a rigged election. You know the only thing good about it? It showed how bad they are, showed how incompetent, and frankly, historically, this is a much bigger event. If that would have gone like it should have. The bad thing about it is some bad things happen, like a lot of people in our country that wouldn't be in our country right now. So, you know, that's the bad part. But I will say that it started in 2015, and right from the beginning, we went to the top. Day one, they announced Trump, and Trump went to #1 and stayed there for the whole primary. And then we took on Hillary. She didn't look too happy today. We took on Hillary. A very nice person, but we took on Hillary and we defeated Hillary, and then we did much better the second time in 2020. You know, we got millions more votes. We got millions, like 10, 12 million more votes than we did the first time. No president has ever gotten that many more votes. I got like 9 million more than anybody else had ever gotten, and they said we lost. And because of that, I said to Melania, what do you think? And she said, you want to do this again? And had we lost, and had I thought we lost, I wouldn't do it again, because that's like the ultimate poll, right? But I knew how well we did, and this time we made it too big to rig. It was so big. They tried like hell in the butt. They tried to do it, and around 9:02 they gave up. Last time they did bad things, but this time they just said, yes. You know, I don't know if you saw, Mr. Speaker, in Washington, they had placards. They were all set to march. They thought it'd be closer. A gentleman asked me, a very respected gentleman asked me yesterday, how come the polls were so wrong? They showed you winning, but not in a landslide. I said, because people that are true Trumpers are so angry at the whole polling system and at the writers, the fake news, that they don't want to talk to anybody. So when you call somebody from Trump, who are you voting for? They say, it's none of your business. I'm not telling you. And that was probably 40% of the people they called. So they would discard that one, and they didn't show that. And then when the election happened, you know, the vote came, and it was much different, much higher than we're going to win, but they thought they really thought, they couldn't believe the one man said, I mean, it was so much higher. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by millions of votes, which is hard for a Republican. I'll tell you who came through. The unions came through. The auto workers were great. The Teamsters were great. The firemen were great. I think almost every union was great. The only one that weren't great, although Sean was great, and the Teamsters, Sean O'Brien, the head of the Teamsters, was fantastic. But generally speaking, the head of the union was against Trump, but the union would be with us for like 80–85%. Look what we did with the auto workers in Michigan. Look what we did with the Teamsters. The Teamsters were unbelievable. They were a solid Democrat vote, and they voted for Trump. So we had a great experience. This has been, now we have to go to work and get it done, because we have to do something that's going to be great. We're going to turn our country around, and we're going to turn it around fast. And I think this was a better speech than the one I made upstairs, okay? I think this was better, JD. I think this was much better, and I got to see my friend. So, Governor, take care of yourself. You call me, we'll start working. You know what that means with him? He's going to be calling me tomorrow morning at about 6. And I said, how about next week? You call me, and we're going to get it started real fast. We'll really help you a lot. You've done a fantastic job protecting something which is, it's not supposed to be for the states. And amazing job you've done. Thank you very much. And I want to thank everybody. And I have a First Lady who's been incredible. She's been incredible. I shouldn't say this. I'm going to get hell when I say this, but her feet are absolutely aching. You know, those heels. And we thought we were leaving. We were going home. Sir, would you be able to go down and say hello to some of your other fans that are here? I said, oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Did you get to see pretty clearly the picture, I hope? Good. That's good. But because you wouldn't want to make the same speech again, right? But she said, darling, I love you so much, but my feet are killing me. I said, honey, let me just see how far it is. I asked the person. Oh, not that long, maybe 400 or 500 yards. That's 5 football fields. I said, can you make it? She said, we're going to make it no matter what. We're going to make it because we have to go. Right? Right? And then we went out to the helicopter, though, just prior to this, and said goodbye. And it's a custom, and the wind is blowing like crazy. And with the hat that she's wearing, she almost blew away. We almost lost off her. She was being elevated off the ground. She almost blew away. No. So we all appreciate it, because you've been a great First Lady. A beautiful and a great First Lady. And they love our First Lady. You know, JD, whenever I make a speech, I see hundreds of times, we love our First Lady. We love, and they do, and they should. She's great. So I just want to thank you. Thank you very much. I just want to thank everybody. And I felt that, I said to JD, should we give him the A treatment, the B treatment, the C, the D, or the F? You know what the F is? Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye. I gave you the A+ treatment. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Governor. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Peter Navarro.
That's a tough act to follow, isn't it? Hey, I'm the lead-off hitter for what's going to be a great program before the boss gets here. And the first thing I want to say, 6 in the morning, I'm walking in darkness up G Street on my way to meet the boss and the troops at church, and I'm seeing every one of you in line, and I'm thinking to myself, you didn't get the memo that said it's too cold to be outside. And I know Donald Trump won this election, but that kind of grit that you showed standing out there is why he won. So I'm asking you to give yourself a round of applause right now. Now I'm going to be quick here because we got a bunch of folks coming, but I'm going to tell you a little story. And it's called James Brown. James Brown meets Ronald Reagan in Trumpland. And it starts like this. Once upon a time, when I was a high school senior, back here in Washington, I got to check off the first thing on my bucket list, which was go to a James Brown concert at the Howard Theater. Anybody here, D.C., know the Howard Theater? It's long gone. Beautiful place. James Brown, you know as the King of Soul, but he was also called the hardest working man in show business. And James Brown and Donald Trump were actually good friends. And there's a story for the fake news. I don't know if you want to report this, but there's a rumor going around in 1999 when James gave the entertainment in Mar-a-Lago on New Year's Eve, he taught the boss how to dance. You can print that fake news because that's what you do. So why am I talking about this? Because
Build our country and make it the best that it has ever been. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting our president. Let's get to work. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage RNC Chairman Michael Watley.
DJ Khaled! Hey! Yeah. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building.
God bless America. What a great day for our country. You know, a few months ago, Donald Trump and I got on a plane in Palm Beach at 6 a.m. We flew to Phoenix. We did a rally with Charlie Kirk and the Turning Point guys. We got back on the plane. We flew up to San Francisco. Had a huge dinner there, about an hour-long motorcade back. And we're flying down from San Francisco to Los Angeles. It's about 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, 3:30 a.m. Eastern time. Donald Trump has been on a plane for 21 and a half hours. And he looks over at me and he says, "Hey, Michael, pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool." You know, about 9.5 years ago, he came down the escalator in New York City. And to everybody's shock and dismay, he said, "I am going to make America great again. We are going to rebuild our southern border. We are going to restore our economy. We are going to keep our communities safe. And we're going to make sure that America is strong enough to protect our interests and our allies around the world." And I can say that over the last year, as we have taken that message to Detroit, to Philadelphia, to New York, to Milwaukee, to San Francisco, and everywhere in between, that man, our president, has never wavered. And here we are today, and at 12:01, right up the street, he put his hand on a Bible and he swore an oath to make America great again. So let me ask you, and let me ask all of America, are you ready for America to be wealthy again? Are you ready for America to be safe again? Are you ready for America to be strong again? Are you ready for America to be great again? Are you ready for Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance to be the president and the vice president of the United States of America? Pretty cool, huh? Thank you, America, and thank you for everything that you did to make today a reality.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Congressman Byron Donalds.
No one said it would be easy to hold your head up through the ups and downs. But if you want it and you believe it, you can find a way to turn it around. Got a feeling in my bones that a change is coming.
Whether it was Georgia, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, or Nevada, we swept them all, and Donald Trump is President of the United States. For years, they said it wasn't going to happen. For years, they said, no, it's going to be the left's way. But it was the American people who looked the craziness of the left in the eye and said, we need common sense. We need real vision. We need a country that is going to be preeminent above all others. And we need the American people to be put first. And all of you in this arena and around this country made sure Donald Trump is the 47th president of the United States. Being here in Washington on January 20th is special for me. This is the day we commemorate the birthday of Dr. King. And as I was sitting in the Capitol Rotunda, as I was watching Donald Trump give the best speech ever at a presidential inauguration, it reminded me to another great speech. And Pastor Sewell and his benediction, I got to have a talking with him because he was phenomenal. But what it said to me is that in our country, there are no perfect men. There are no perfect women. There are people who were used at a point in time in this country to put this country in position to be better than it was before. And so that's why in the Capitol Rotunda, when President Trump talked about that bullet that went through his ear, and that he is here at this time because God has placed him here at this time to make sure that the golden era of America comes through right now. So yes, we are going to make sure that we get your prices under control and we have a great economy. Yes, we're going to get out of stupid wars and dumb conflicts, and we're going to have peace through strength.